Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Englo Talks. We're so happy you're here with us today. If you're learning English and want to speak more naturally, you're in the right place.
Hey everyone, it's great to have you with us again. I hope you're having a wonderful day and feeling ready to learn some useful English.
Today, we're going to talk about four very important words: this, that, these, and those. They are small words, but English speakers use them all the time.
That's right, you hear these words in conversations every day, at home, at work, in stores, at school, and even online.
I remember when I first started learning another language. Words like these seemed simple, but I often use the wrong one. So don't worry if you've made mistakes before.
Exactly. Many English learners confuse this and that or these and those. The good news is that they're actually quite easy once you understand the basic idea.
By the end of this episode, you'll know when to use each word, how to avoid common mistakes, and how to sound more natural in everyday conversations.
Before we begin, tell us in the comments, which word is more difficult for you? This, that, these, or those?
And if you enjoy learning English with us, don't forget to like this episode, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Englo Talks for more English lessons.
Great! Let's start with the basic idea and make these four words easy to understand.
First, let's learn the main rule. These words help us point to people or things.
The easiest way to remember them is by thinking about two questions. Is it singular or plural, and is it near or far?
Exactly. Here's the simple formula. This is one thing near you. That is one thing far from you. These are more than one thing near you. Those are more than one thing far from you.
Let's look at some examples. This book is interesting. This apple is delicious. This chair is comfortable. That building is very tall. That car is expensive.
Now let's try plural examples. These books are interesting. These apples are delicious. Those buildings are tall. Those cars are expensive.
Notice something important. We use is with this and that because they are singular.
And we use are with these and those because they are plural.
Here's a quick practice. Imagine you're holding one cup in your hand. Which word should you use?
The answer is this. This cup is mine.
Now imagine a cup on the other side of the room.
Then we say, that cup is mine.
Great. What if you're holding three cups?
Then we say, these cups are mine.
And if the three cups are far away?
We say, those cups are mine.
Let's use some everyday examples. This phone is new. That restaurant looks nice. These shoes are comfortable. Those mountains are beautiful.
I often say things like, this coffee is amazing when I'm holding my coffee.
And I might say, that coffee shop is always busy when I point to a place across the street.
Listeners, look around your room right now. Can you make one sentence with this?
Great idea. Then make another sentence with that. Say them out loud.
Here's another useful pattern. This is my friend. That is my brother. These are my keys. Those are my books.
You can use these words to introduce people and objects too.
Let's talk about negative sentences. This is not my bag. That is not my phone. These are not my shoes. Those are not my glasses.
In everyday conversation, you'll often hear contractions. This isn't my bag. That isn't my phone. These aren't my shoes. Those aren't my glasses.
Can you create your own example with these aren't? Try it now and write it in the comments.
And can you make a sentence with those aren't? Give it a try. Practice is the key to improvement.
So, remember, singular or plural, near or far. That's the secret.
Exactly. This and these are near. That and those are far. That's the foundation of everything we'll learn today.
Now that you know the basic rule, let's explore some other ways we use these words in daily English.
And you'll see that native speakers use them in many interesting situations.
One common use is when talking about things in a conversation, not just physical objects.
That's true. Sometimes this and that refer to ideas.
For example, this is a great idea. That sounds wonderful.
Notice that we're not pointing to an object. We're talking about information or ideas.
Imagine your friend says, I got a new job.
You can reply, "That's fantastic news."
Or your friend says, I'm going on vacation.
You can say, "That sounds exciting."
We often use that to react to information someone gives us.
Very natural English.
Let's do a mini dialogue. I say, I passed my exam.
I'd answer, "That's great news."
I say, I'm feeling tired today.
I'd reply, "That happens sometimes."
Another use is when introducing a topic. This is what I want to tell you. This is the problem.
And when referring to something mentioned earlier, we often use that.
Exactly.
There's also a difference in tone sometimes. This can feel closer and more personal.
For example, I love this song. I remember that day.
Both are correct, but they create slightly different feelings.
Here are 3 useful tips. First, think about distance. Second, think about singular or plural. Third, listen to how native speakers use these words in conversations.
Excellent advice.
Here's a practice activity. Imagine you're shopping. A shirt near you. This shirt looks nice. A shirt on a shelf far away. That shirt looks nice.
Now try with plural nouns. These shirts look nice. Those shirts look nice.
Listeners, write one sentence using this and one using those in the comments.
The more examples you create, the faster you'll remember them.
Another common situation is during video calls. People often say, "Can you see this? What do you think about these?"
Or they may point to something on another screen and say, "What's that? Who are those people?"
These expressions appear everywhere in daily English.
So keep listening for them and you'll start noticing them all the time.
Let's move on to another useful application.
You're going to hear these words even more than you realize.
Now, let's talk about using these words in everyday conversations and descriptions.
This is where your English starts sounding more natural.
Imagine you're walking through a city. You might say, this street is busy. That building is old. These stores are popular. Those hotels are expensive.
Context is important. Native speakers choose the word based on what feels near or far.
Here's a polite example. Could I try this jacket?
Very common in stores.
Or, how much are these shoes?
Perfect shopping English.
Let's practice together. I point to a nearby cake and ask, how much is this cake?
I answer, "This cake is $5.
Then I point to a cake across the room. How much is that cake?
That cake is $7.
Very simple and very useful.
Another tip is pronunciation. Make sure you pronounce this and these clearly.
Many learners accidentally say dis or dees. Practice slowly at first. This, these.
Then practice this book, these books.
Excellent. Now try that house, those houses.
Speaking out loud helps your brain remember.
Let's do quick mini practice. 1 pen near me,
This pen,
5 pens near me,
these pens,
1 pen far away,
that pen,
5 pens far away.
those pens.
Great job!
Keep practicing these patterns until they become automatic.
Let's talk about common mistakes because almost every learner makes them.
And that's completely normal.
I remember saying things like, this books, when I first learned the rule.
Me too. Let's fix some common errors.
Mistake number 1. This books are interesting.
Incorrect. Correct. These books are interesting.
Why is it wrong? Because books is plural.
Mistake number 2. Those car is expensive. Correct. That car is expensive.
The noun is singular, so we need that.
Mistake number 3. This apples are fresh. Correct, these apples are fresh.
Again, apples is plural.
Mistake number 4. These is my friend. Correct, this is my friend.
Friend is singular.
Here's a funny example. Imagine someone points to one dog and says, "These dog is cute." It sounds very strange to native speakers.
Another memory trick. This equals one near. These equals many near. That equals one far. Those equals many far.
Practice time. Correct this sentence. Those chair is broken. Answer, that chair is broken.
Another one. This shoes are dirty.
Correct answer, these shoes are dirty.
Don't worry if you make mistakes. Every English learner makes them.
What matters is practicing and improving little by little.
Now let's test your understanding with an interactive activity.
Get ready to choose the correct sentence.
Situation 1. You're holding one book. A. This book is interesting. B. These book is interesting.
The answer is A because book is singular and near.
Situation 2. You're pointing to 3 bicycles far away. A. Those bicycles are new. B. That bicycles are new.
A is correct because bicycles is plural and far away.
Situation 3. One nearby apple. A. This apple is red. B. Those apple is red.
A is correct.
Situation 4. Several nearby bags. A. These bags are heavy. B. This bags are heavy.
A is correct again.
Say the answers out loud before checking them. Speaking helps build confidence.
Also, try changing the sentences. For example, this apple is red. These apples are red.
Great practice. Now create your own sentence using this, that, these, or those, and share it in the comments.
Remember, communication is more important than perfection.
We've covered so much today. Let's review.
We learned 3 main ideas. First, this and that are singular. Second, these and those are plural. Third, this and these are near, while that and those are far.
We also learned how these words can refer to ideas, information, and everyday situations.
And we looked at common mistakes that learners often make.
If you can use these 4 words correctly, your English will immediately sound more natural and confident.
Here's a final question for you. Can you write one sentence with this, one with that, one with these, and one with those?
Put your answers in the comments. We'd love to read them.
Also, don't forget to like this episode, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Englo Talks for more practical English lessons.
Thank you so much for learning with us today. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and remember that every small step helps you become a better English speaker.
See you next time.